Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with All Things Barbecue, and today we're joined again by our good friend Eric Gephart of Kamado Joe. Now we love these Kamado Joe grills, which is why we carry them in our store. All of the accessories and grills that you see Eric cooking on in these fantastic recipes can be found at atbbq.com. Check it out. Hey folks, Eric Gephart here at Kamado Joe, coming to you from Wichita, Kansas, All Things Barbecue. Before I knew what the barbecue scene and community were all about, I was one of those guys that rarely gave away one of my rock star recipes. I've been doing this for about 20 plus years now. This is one of my top 5, and I'm really excited to give it to you. So we're gonna do shrimp and grits on the grill. I've got a cast iron here, got some grits. We're gonna get these things going. I've had this one guy, Josh Burris, ask me for this recipe like 1,000 times. So Josh, your whisk is my command. Let's get them. We've got a good amount of water in here, and I'll give you this recipe with quantities, but we brought it to a simmer. Notice that we've got a nice fire down below, big old cast iron here. Water's come to a simmer. Now we're gonna slowly incorporate our stone ground grits. These are coming to us from a mill in South Carolina, and we'll put that contact link down below. But notice how I'm just whisking these in. Nothing worse than lumpy grits. And I tell you this, folks, no self-respecting Southerner uses instant grits. I'm sorry if there's any instant grits moguls out there watching this today. We're using stone ground grits. I'll also tell you this, if you put your grits in cold water and then bring it up to temperature, you're gonna be here all day. You're gonna be here for a country hour, all right? So we're gonna really wait till the water comes to a simmer, slowly incorporate the grits. And we don't want a rolling boil here. We want this to just kind of gently simmer it's probably gonna take us 30 minutes, maybe even 35 minutes, okay? So while this is simmering, I'm gonna constantly back and forth and just kind of check on it, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom, make sure I'm constantly whipping it. So these grits are gonna continue to tighten up. Eventually, we're gonna pour a mixture of 50% milk, 50% heavy cream in, but we don't want to do it yet. We don't want to add too much liquid, so we're waiting for it to reduce and get our consistency or viscosity correct. Let that limited amount of water and grits cook down. Then once they're almost done, that's when we incorporate this heavy cream and milk, as well as our cheese and butter. So I can see by the bubbles within the grits, and they can pop and get on you when they're hot, so be careful with that our fire below was a little intense. I went ahead and shut the draft door and closed the top vent. Let's go ahead and open that up, and let's take a look at where these grits are. Beautiful. Nothing sticking to the bottom. That's right where we want to be. It's getting a little thick. I can tell these grits are coming along nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and start whipping in my cream and milk mixture. If you want this recipe to go even faster, you can have that cream and milk all ready to a simmer before you pour it in. This is just looking really nice. All right, so all day we've had our grits on for probably 30 minutes. Consistency looks really nice. I can tell it's a little looser than where we want our final product, but the beautiful thing about grits is once you set them off the heat, they're gonna tighten up a little bit. Also, what's gonna help it tighten up, a little bit of cheddar cheese, a little bit of Parmesan, and then butter for good measure, okay? And then to add a little heat, we're gonna add a little sriracha. And then of course, because we're dealing with cracked corn here, a lot of starch, we're gonna need a little bit more salt to bring that flavor around. So I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate all this stuff. Don't think about it too much, just get it in there. Get the sriracha in there. And let's just start. Oh yeah. That's what we like to call a mess of grits right here. And remember, you always season your grits in the end, just like any other liquid. Salt goes in at the end because as it reduces, it'll become more powerful, and the worst thing we could possibly do is make something too salty. So we're right where we want to be. Again, don't forget it's going to tighten up a little bit as it cools down off the grill. Very nice consistency. Let's take a look on the spoon. Draw a line. Does the line stay? Absolutely. Folks, I never taste anything on camera. I'm really kind of a closet eater, but I just can't help myself with these grits. Let's give it a go. That's hot. That's hot and delicious. Chef Tom, you want to give it a go?
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest getting your finger in there. We gotta get fun of this. Yeah, get the back end in there.
That's money.
That's a proper cheese grit. Yeah. All right, let's start on the sauce. All right, so the next step on this amazing recipe, we've got a cast iron that's heated up to about 500 degrees. We're gonna knock in a little bit of red onion, garlic, chopped up tomatoes, a little bit of white wine, and let that reduce. It's important not to just kick these ingredients in though. We're building flavor by layering things. So we're gonna sweat these really gently. Again, the red onion, we don't wanna get any color on there, we just wanna start sweating it out. Then throw in the garlic and bring those flavors together. We're elevating the flavor profile as we go. Then it looks like it's almost gonna start sticking or burning, so we knock in these tomatoes. That's got enough acid in it and enough liquid in it that's gonna save it from scorching on the bottom. Once those have rendered down a little bit, then we knock in that white wine, a little more acid and a little bright flavor, reduce that down. All those flavors are just elevating each other. And that's when we put in a little bit of sriracha for a little kick. And then of course, Monteo Bear. We're gonna make an emulsification here. All right, we're gonna grill these beautiful 21-25 shrimp that we've got skewered up directly onto the grits that we made earlier, sauce right on top of that. I'm talking Kamado Joe culinary magic. Let's get them. Again, just a little oil, smoking point, excellent. Red onions. Just sweat them down a little bit. Garlic. Whenever you think you've got enough garlic, hit a little more garlic in there. All right, we're starting to get a little color. Let's get that tomato in there. A little moisture, a little acid. Great colors, great flavor, great aroma. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, go. Good. It's looking nice. Now enter sriracha. Beautiful. Let those tomatoes suck up all that flavor as the reduction's continuing. Big, bold garlic. Nice tangy onions going on. We're gonna let that reduce just a little bit further before we start letting it accept the butter. We're there. If you start mounting the butter in too early, the sauce itself will be too loose, and because it's got the butter, it'll separate before you can actually reduce it far enough. So it's very important not to just add the butter right away. You wanna have that kind of consistency. Let the garlic and the wine and the tomatoes, everything's tightening up together. Our bubbles are getting a little bit larger around the outside. And it's important to just a couple knobs of butter at a time and just kind of swirl it in. Swirl it in. Now this is a butter sauce, almost like a Beurre Blanc or a Beurre Rouge. Now we're going to let that tighten up just a little bit once we start seeing some more bubbles here in the center. Let's go ahead and put a little salt in there. We're getting nice bubbles here. We're going to let it just go a little bit further. While this is reducing, let's go ahead and season up our shrimp. And we've got a Cattleman's Grill Steakhouse seasoning here that just goes really nicely. Little goes a long way. All right, come take a look at the viscosity and what the bubbles look like. That's right where we want it. That is just chock full of flavor. Now let's go ahead and grill our shrimp. Beautiful. North Carolina 21-25s, wild caught. Go ahead and use that cattleman's on the other side. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. If you want these to cook a little faster, you can always just give them a little bit more real estate on the skewer. But I think we're doing all right. We're gonna let these cook for about another minute. This one that was directly over the coals is about done, so we'll just stack. Good. Shrimp are looking good. I always like just to give them a look. We've got some nice Maillard reaction there, some good caramelization. The worst thing you can do to seafood is overcook it. You know, we're still putting them on these grits, which have residual heat, that sauce, which is hot. The best possible thing I could do is have this almost cooked, and when I put it with all those hot ingredients, it is perfectly cooked the second that it hits the table right in front of your guests. So let's go ahead and bring those shrimp over. So while we're plating up these shrimp and grits here at All Things Barbecue, I want you to see Chef Tom back here doing some El Pastor for a NPR radio show that he does. Is that weekly or every month?
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, very good, very good. All right, so let's do this the individual plating route. I'm just gonna take a little wooden spoon here and look how those grits just set up real nicely. And if we gave them another 10 minutes, they'd stand up even higher. So if you wanna do some plate architecture, you can just wait on it, but that's right where we want to be for me. Yep. And you just want to let them like they just fell out of the ocean, huh? Good. Wake that sauce up a little bit. Less is more. Good. Maybe we want a couple tomato chunks. A little greenery just to set it. Done. That's a fantastic dish. I'd say I've been waiting to share this for 20 plus years. The only thing that I ask from you is that if you make this recipe, you share it with somebody else. Cheers. Eric Gephart from Kamado Joe at All Things Barbecue. Thanks a lot for watching.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see us cook, let us know in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All Things Barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.